Hey, what's up, guys? It's your girl, Emma Marie, and I'm bringing you some fire from New York City with What's Hot.
It's your girl, Stacey, your host for What's Hot, and today I am here with the multi-talented Emma Marie.
Hi.
So who is Emma Marie? What do you do? How you describe yourself?
Okay, so it's hard because I do a lot of different things.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just say an umbrella. I'm a creative, but under that, I really love visual art. So I'm a freelance video correspondent like you.
Mm-hmm.
I also am a signed commercial and print model. I'm also a celebrity PR agent. I manage an artist from Love and Hip Hop, New York, former artist, and then I also do some media activities for Jay Holiday.
So what did you go to? You went to Towson University.
Yes.
So what did you go to Towson for? What's your degree?
So it's kind of funny because my degree is in political science because I had intended to go to law school. But throughout college, I was always going to photo shoots, and I was into music videos, and I was kind of like, I love being in front of the camera. Like, this is not going away. This feeling is not going away. And I graduated last May, and I told my mom, I'm like, look, I really want to be in the entertainment industry. Like, I just think I'm made for it. I think I'm going back home to New York. I want to do it. So my degree has nothing to do with my journalism. I'm a self-made journalist, and self-taught rather. And yeah, I didn't go to school for any of this, but just grinding.
So how did you go from like modeling, even so that being your hobby or your craft in college? How do you go from that to like managing like a Love and Hip Hop artist? Like, how did that come?
Okay, so everything kind of transitioned into another job. I want to say, being in front of the camera, I got comfortable with modeling, right? And then that kind of, okay, so I went home to New York and I got signed quicker than I thought.
Right.
So I got signed to an agency and I'm going to auditions and I'm getting tired of, going, it's really brutal when you go to audition because you like, bring your photo, they look at it and they're like, okay, well, thanks but no thanks, here's your photo, you go to the next one. And you have to really be able to take that, being criticized on just looks, right? So then I was like, I'm tired of this job being all about what you look like. I have so much substance, I have so much to say, I would love to be in front of the camera in a different capacity. So then I was like, journalism's kind of dope. You can talk to people, you can ask them questions that's on your heart, kind of, it's why you do it, I'm sure. So I was like, okay, cool. So then I started doing media. But with that, now, fast forward, I'm skipping a lot, but I started doing red carpets and I'm meeting so many celebs, I'm meeting PR people, I'm meeting just so many celebrities. And amongst just my travels, I ran into another, PR agent. And she told me she had an artist, Miss Mo Money. Shout out to Mo Money from VH1. And she told me that, she's the assistant helping her solo career. And I was like, okay, at first I didn't really know what I could bring to the table, but with me pushing media, I was like, okay, let me look at her as a brand. So we've just been working together. So I think I'm just open to try new things. So I'm like, okay, let me see what I can offer. So that's kind of how the transitions just keep happening.
It works, but it seems like such a huge
difference.
Jump. Yeah. But it works when you put it the way you put it. So you had something else you've been working on, the cosmetics.
Yes.
So how did you go from that to cosmetics?
So it's funny because a lot of people, and this used to be kind of an insecurity too. A lot of people would tell me I'm all over the place. And at first, I would tell my mom, like, I want to do this, I want to do that. And she got it. And she'd be like, look, whatever God puts on your heart to do, just pursue it. So the cosmetic situation, right? Basically, I started a line, Raw Beauty's Cosmetics, with my best friend. She actually went to school and knows a lot about skincare, more than I do. But what made me really want to create one was the commercial and print modeling, right? There's so many different types of modeling. I want to do like skincare photo shoots and CoverGirl, Maybelline. Like that was the type of look that I thought I had to pursue, right? So being in front of the camera recently, you know, I was using a lot of makeup and my skin was drying up, and I was like, I need a skincare routine. Like, I'm doing these red carpets, I have bright lights in front of me, I'm wearing makeup often, and I just started researching, and I was like, you know what?
Your skin. Like,
yes.
It does.
And I was like, you know what? I love modeling. I'm good at marketing, creating photo shoots and visuals for other brands. I'm in front of the camera. What's the way I can merge this? And I was like, ooh, a skincare line and a beauty line, being that I love all these cosmetics, would be dope. And then it's like, every day I'm with another influencer and celebrity where I can merge this line and show them. So my entrepreneurship kind of kicked in, and I was kind of like, okay, if I'm coming in contact with influencers like Miracle Watts and Alexis Sky and Yandy Smith and, you know, just meeting Holly Berry, all these people all the time, I could easily be interviewing them and giving them my product and having them be excited about skincare that they
all
need.
connect,
So they see how it all connects. It doesn't sound so crazy, but it connects, you know?
Yeah, it definitely makes sense.
So yeah, that's how I...
Oh, wow. Yeah, yes, all the hats. Back to the whole love and hip hop thing. So you manage the artist, more money. So, you know, being successful, having a degree and everything, you typically like seen as a positive reflection for the Black community. But a lot of people look at reality shows like Love and Hip Hop as kind of a negative reflection of the Black community. What's your kind of opinion on that, being involved with it directly?
Okay, so that's a great question. I would say, well, let me touch on Miss Mo Money. At first, watching the show, I had a very bad opinion on all those reality TV shows, especially as a Black woman that really strives to be significant and be positive. I was like, okay, I'm not really feeling this. They fight all the time. All they highlight is all these men, whatever. And then when I got to know her personally, I'm like, she's literally nothing like what she was portrayed on the show. And I was like, she's so kind, so hardworking, and I was kind of like, this doesn't really depict, you know what I mean? Then I don't know if you've seen, but I had to sit down and interview with Mona Scott. Now, Mona Scott Young, for those of you who don't know, is the founder, the producer of Love and Hip Hop. So this is a woman, she's a mogul, self-made millionaire, and I'm like, you know, I felt some type of way because I'm like, you're in control of the narrative that white people see us as on television. You have so much power, you know? So here's my opinion. Though I do think some of those shows are negative, and unfortunately there isn't enough positive on TV, at the same time, knowing a lot of the cast members behind the scenes, it's like I can't knock them for choosing to have a job that is very heavily scripted. For those of you who don't know, it's reality TV, but it's not completely reality. So there is a scripted aspect to it.
I mean, I think some people kind of know, because it's like, as soon as I get mad at you, here's a waitress with a glass of water, coincidentally, walking up. So So they absolutely set up certain scenes to be a certain way. And I was actually in an episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta recently, and what episode?
It was Rashida's grand opening of her store this season that just passed, and so I'm in behind the scenes, and I'm watching the way they're setting up the set, and I'm like, this is really scripted. Like I really didn't realize, you know. But I mean, I do think we do have a responsibility to be a positive influence, especially for younger Black women to see. Like for me, like I didn't, you know, use no dude to get in the industry. I didn't do anything that I don't feel comfortable sharing to another young girl. So that's my story, you know what I mean? But some of these girls, it is their truth. They did strip to get in the position. They did do certain things, and it's their truth, you know. And I can't take anything from that. But I asked Spike Lee recently, I had to sit down and interview with him, I brunch with him, and I asked him, how does he feel about Kanye's comments in regards to slavery being a choice or whatever? And it's kind of similar to your question, I'm going to tell you why. And I was kind of like, how do you feel about the responsibility of entertainers in the industry? Like, they're influencers, they're supposed to be positive. And he made a good point, and I agree with this. He said that, you know, Black people aren't a monolithic group. And sometimes we're so quick to be like, oh, you're not invited to the cookout because you think this different way. You know what I mean? And with that being said, his response was, Tyler Perry and I don't make the same type of movies. He may not agree with Tyler Perry dressing up as a girl and being the way he is on television, but they both have made their impact in a different way. So you can't take that from him. And that's kind of how I feel about those women on Love and Hip Hop. They're not, you know, my role on a feature TV show, hopefully, may be different from Cardi B's narrative or Jessica Dime or any of them, but I can't take that from them, whatever influence they've made in their community, you know?
And I feel like everyone's path is kind of different.
Yeah.
And I think at the end of it, it's kind of, you have to control how you want to portray that.
Right.
You know, how you want to deliver that. Because I think you can do those things and still say it wasn't the best decision, but I learned from this, blah, 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 blah.
And Mona, she even said, someone had asked her this directly in an interview, why are you putting out these shows that are hurting the Black community? We need positive influences. And her response was like, you know, white people have Laguna Beach and Jersey Shore that show them being inappropriate. But then the person was like, but at the same time, they're the dominant group that has so many other shows of them being doctors and lawyers that we can't afford to have this show hurt us. So I agree with that. I do think we do need more shows, but I do think, you know, like, again, it's their truth and that's their life. So they're getting their money, you know?
And I think it also comes down to like the Black community has to be interested in the positivity.
Because we love the tea. We love the tea.
People gonna get their bag at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
So what y'all watching?
We'll be the first ones to be like, why is Cardi B da-da-da? And then we'll be the first person to stream her music or to be on Baller Alert and Shade Room looking for the tea.
Right.
But somebody drops a great documentary on Black Lives Matter and are we supporting? So we have to.
You don't click the link.
We have to take responsibility to pay attention to those that are trying to make those significant changes. So I agree. Be interested in the positivity and not just the tea, okay?
Okay, so going back to, you said in Love and Hip Hop, a lot of the women do things with men, or the show is all about pleasing men.
Right.
So what has been your experience in the entertainment industry as far as dating and with men?
Right. Okay. So this is again a great question. For one, my time schedule is all over the place. Like I barely sleep. I barely have time. So it's difficult finding a guy that understands that. I've really gone back and forth with this, whether I want someone that's in the industry or somebody that isn't, because, you know, last summer I was talking to someone who wasn't, and they weren't really okay with, like, why are you always going to all these after parties, and why are you always going to these networking events? And that's the big thing. Networking is so important. Just to touch on industry stuff. But I would go to all these networking events, right? Because I thought it was very important for me. I want to be seen. I'm in New York. Right. And I'm like, you're getting mad. I'm like, yo, I'm at the Grammys after party. This ain't like no regular shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm at the BET Awards. I'm at a private event. Lil' Kim, Kanye in here. Like, I'm making my connects. Right. So if you're stressing me, like, I'm cool off that, because God got me on a path. But I really haven't met anyone that makes me really want to date them right now. As far as just dating the industry, like, I don't really care about the status and the money situation. And I've been in situations where, and this is why I really look at the Me Too movement differently now, I've really been in situations where people I looked up to, people I was a fan of, I interviewed them on the red carpet, and then they were like, yo, so my room is such and such, like, what's up? And I was so taken aback, because I'm like, wow, like, I didn't act a certain way or don't come at them. These are actors that you've seen on television that have been like, yo, what's up with it? You know what I'm saying? Or, oh, you know, you can interview me later. And I'm like, I have never taken any of those advances. So it is still it's even harder dating people in that atmosphere, because a lot of those men are arrogant. Entitled. Their money, you said again? Entitled, arrogant. They get women at dime a dozen. So I think it's still important to know your worth. I don't care how much money you have, what television show you've been on, what sports team you play on. I'm getting my bag. I'm going to be a self-made millionaire, period. And until God gives me someone that's amazing, then I'll date them. But as of right now, it's difficult. And then you got, I know I'm almost done with this question, but then you got old dudes that, like, I didn't, back then they didn't, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now they all, you know what I mean? And all these old situations that keep hitting me up. And I'm like, every time I do a red carpet, my phone goes crazy.
Suddenly you know me.
People watching my story don't follow me. Niggas know me now. Dudes that didn't want to date me now want to date me. I don't know. Dudes come back home that have nothing going on. So I get called, you bougie, brand new. But I'm like, yes, I am. I'm really trying to be give myself a different life. So
Right.
dating, I think is best at this age, to just be single and focus on your career, and it will come.
All right, so now it's time for the hot seat. So since we just finished talking about dating, I need you to give me, as fast as you can, 3 tips about dating and relationships that you've learned.
Ooh,
For women.
I'm not good. I ain't got no man. How am good? Okay, I would say honesty and transparency. Keep it 100 always. Be picky. Standards high, heels high, money high. You feel me? And I would say trust in God. Like really pray and get confirmation that this is the man that you're supposed to be giving your energy, yourself, your body, and your time to.
Oh, okay. I like those. So the next question is 3 tips to taking a better selfie. Taking a photo.
She think I take good selfies? Okay.
We gotta get it. You model. You should have it.
That is so funny. Okay. Tip 1. Make sure the lighting is like this. So I think good lighting. I like taking pictures near a window so it's natural light. It's so funny. Yes, I would say good lighting, good angle. You know, you gotta get an angle that doesn't make yourself, look the
Best size.
best.
Get your best size.
You said 3 tips, right?
Yep, one more.
And then one more. Make sure your camera quality is A1. If you have an Android, not saying that. And you move 2 seconds after the Snapchat, now I'm playing.
We don't need no surveillance footage.
Right, so quality, angle, and lighting.
Okay, and the last one, you gotta give us some New York slang. So 3 words, New York slang.
Oh no.
Or it could be phrases
man.
too.
Okay. Oh man, that's so funny. All right, so a lot of my homegirls, the way they say, I don't know if it's slang or just the way we talk. Like, okay, one of my homegirls is always like, "Fuck you talking about?" Like, "Fuck you talking about?" Like she just said, but she said like talking about like so quick.
Right.
Dang, another New York slang. Oh, okay. So when we go outside and it's hella cold, like it's brick outside. Like,
Yeah,
it's
I
bad
heard
brick,
that.
but I feel like that's known. Like I know that. I think dudes saying like "ma," like I don't know if this is slang or just vernacular, but like when I'm walking on the block and I'm going to the subway or the bus, it's just like, "What's up, mama? What's up, ma? What's up, ma? How you doing? Can I talk to you? I'm trying to talk to you." I like your struts. Like,
When you
what's
say
up?
it, I can
What's
hear your
poppin'?
accent
Like,
so heavy. Like the New
you want some
York
chopped
express.
cheese? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas really talk to you, like in New York when you walk in, it's like they're mad aggressive. Like, they moving like this. Like, yo, what's up, mama? Like, I'm trying to talk to you. Why you walking so fast? Why you walking fast? Trying to make your do-rag match. Trying to make my do-rag match your nails. You heard? Like, I'm like, nigga, you should have talked to me or fight me. Relax.
Right. I was in New York, I think in January for this networking event, and I'm walking, and you know what the people that be handing out the bus tours, and I didn't hear him speak, and you know he cussed me out because I didn't speak to him.
They're good for that.
I was like, bruh, like it's 3 million people out here.
I walk by and I'm just in my zone, headphones
Yeah.
in, and they're like, "Hey, excuse me, talk to you." I'm like, whatever. I just keep walking. He was like, "Yo, fuck you, bitch. That's why you got flat back." I was like, "Nigga, he cursed me out. I'm like, all right, like you talk to your mother with that tone, fuck. So that's some New York talk.
Y'all New York men gotta chill. But you got all of this right here before it's hot, and you can check us out next time.